day was about people finding ways to make a difference in their own lives and perhaps in the lives of others, and to think differently perhaps about the way we think we can make an impact in changing South Africa for the better.
When you go to conferences, it's the same kind of professionals, same people from the same industries that come together, and then the same sort of ideas come out. And you're not really sure that that's hearing the voices of where the real issues are coming from. So I must say, it's very noble work being done by Link2Grow. Very nice, and very humbling to be part of the experience for the day.
I came here today thinking this would be quite a corporate affair. Turned out to be a bit more like group therapy.
There is so much potential, and we thought if we can create a platform where the old wisdom and the young energy, or maybe sometimes the young wisdom and the old energy get together, maybe we can get a conversation going, and we can start a movement to say, let's change the narrative in our country and say, what can I do in my own environment to make South Africa a better place for all?
When somebody is speaking, we don't interrupt. We let them finish and ramble on or be silent. We just let them talk.
You know, this morning we started with something you appreciate, and I think that created a possibility, a sense of we can do and what's good. But then we went into, if you like, the shadow. What's the lament? What are the challenges? And I think the first bit kind of created some energy, and then the second bit was more difficult, but it created safety, and people were quite vulnerable. And I feel now, as we move into action, having established a bit of the can-do and then a bit of the safety and really speaking it like it was for people, we're ready to take some real practical steps.
So what step can you take towards creating this dream? We've talked a lot about now our dream and our possibility, and we were creative. So what can you do towards creating this dream? It's not about showing each other how clever we are. It's about making a space for the other person to do it slowly in their own time, as long as it takes.
I found that the group discussions were people very honest, and it was very raw, and a lot of people were so open, which I found very, it took me, I was a bit taken aback, especially because you didn't know anybody really, and the first thing people just went so deep, So that was very interesting, putting people in a safe space, a circle, to be able to open up. Yeah, so I think it was a really cool experience. I think it was a really enlightening experience, actually.
The conference was something where I'll be very honest. It was a little bit unusual, and I had to come here with the attitude of have an open mind and let's see how this turns out. And it's been the most amazing day. Just because the old wisdom, and yet there was the young wisdom, and then it was the young energy, but there's the old energy, and the combination of the opinions, the general attitude of people, the ideas. It's been such a fulfilling and happy day, and it's just a very good example of, we're always told to feel good. It often helps talking to strangers, which is also a particularly uncomfortable thing to do. But in fact, by doing that, today has shown you that the community is there, we all have the same values, the same dreams, and the future for our country is just so positive. It was a fantastic day.
I think it was wonderful. I think the way it was facilitated was just brilliant, And I think the way the group was put together, it was a diverse group, racially, sexually, age-wise, gender-wise. And I just think that everybody felt that their opinion mattered, and they gave it with commitment.
I enjoyed the honesty of everyone that was here. I think what I gathered is that we are all more alike than we are different. We share similar struggles and similar challenges, and this was a great platform to share that and to see where we can connect and where we can build from there.
The level of connection that people found with each other, that people from tremendously diverse backgrounds came together and shared a sense of a common purpose for making this country a better place, and I think that provided a forum for people to do that in a creative, constructive way in which people can then go out and perhaps make a difference. And I think that connecting with people was very important, and the way it was structured, I think, helped people to listen, to share, and to engage in a way that perhaps they wouldn't have been able to do in any other forum.
People are just going through a lot, in life, and it's nice to be able to listen properly. I think that was also a challenge to like really listen for 2 minutes straight to somebody just talking without interrupting them, without interjecting or anything, letting them get their point across. So it's a really good exercise to learn, and yeah.
The event was very fruitful for me, and it was really challenging. It was a good challenge. It opened my mind and my thought process, not to just live for myself, but it was a good reminder that my life can be impactful to other people and grow our country at large.
No, I think it was deeply meaningful to a lot of people. One gets a sense, a feel of a process and of an experience, and it's very clear that there was a tremendous amount of learning, sharing, connecting going on today. And hopefully people will take that back into their workspaces, their schools, their environments in which they work, and make a difference, and realize that each and every one of us is capable of making a difference. It's just how we approach things, and realize that we have the power to transform things within our respective areas.